Hello, everyone. Well, I'm here to tell you that when people say you got to be positive, think positive, positive thinking, accentuate the positive. When they say that works, it doesn't always work. I believe in positive thinking when it comes down to like personal goals, things you want to achieve on your own that you're going to do. You're going to climb that mountain, you're going to meet that goal. I believe that you can do that with positive thinking. But if you're thinking that just by being optimistic, and having good spirits and confidence that something outside your control is going to go the way you want it, forget it. The case in point here, recently, Paul McCartney's site had a lot of merch that was up, a lot of interesting t-shirts and other kinds of doodads, things that looked very intriguing because we got t-shirts and paraphernalia regarding London Town and Back to the Egg. So I definitely thought, and I know a lot of my friends thought as well, this means finally, I think I'm positive, there's that word again, positive, it looks like we're going to get finally the archive sets that we've wanted so long. The fans want London Town Archives deluxe set, they want Back to the Egg archives set, and you know what? No way we didn't get them. Because I thought, since there was some Wings stuff coming around, the rest of this year we're going to be getting stuff like The Man on the Run, Paul McCartney documentary. They're going to have Wings, Wings, the Band on the Run, all this kind of stuff. I forget what they're called exactly, but there's some hoopla. There's stuff coming out of here, documentary and book form. Wings. This looked like it was going to be a Wings fall and a Wings winter, and I thought to myself, I'm positive, there's that word again. No, optimistic thinking, feel the power. I'm going to will it into effect that we're going to get the archives of Back to the Egg in London Town. No, what we're getting is the announcement came out. We're going to get another Paul McCartney, or should I say more appropriately, his band Wings compilation set. And how do I feel about that? Well, first, before I talk about what we're getting, let me tell you how I feel about it. Who cares? I really don't care. I think a lot of my friends in the Beatles community are feeling the same way at the moment. As a veteran for a long time of, collecting Paul and Beatles merch and albums and records and re-releases and re-releases, re-releases, it's something that I don't think too many of us were clamoring for, okay? What we're getting is a Wings interesting, I guess, set for the younger generation. That's one thing I want to make clear, that they put a little bit of a positive effort in here. Let's say on the good side. On the good side, I think a release like this is kind of tailored for younger fans, Gen Z fans, people who don't already have stuff like Wings Greatest, who don't already have Wingspan, people who don't already have Pure McCartney, all the other various comps that came out, all the best, all these things. But, before I go into it, let me tell you, I don't consider that in and of itself a bad thing. I don't want to be totally unkind or a misunderstanding about this. It's important, I believe, from decade to decade to decade, to keep the music out there and to keep, yes, repackaging it sometimes. Repackaging the popular songs, or doing, in a case like this, not all the songs here are popular, not all of them are hits. We also got stuff here that just spans the whole career of Wings, and you're not just getting the popular songs, you're getting different tastes here. So it's important to do that for the sake of people who aren't overly familiar with it. You see, if you want to keep Paul, if you want to keep Wings, and the same thing goes for also John, George, Ringo, if you want to keep them relevant, you want to have people able to sample their stuff and collect some of their music, it's important to revamp it. So here we are. Now, I just spent nearly 5 minutes on this, but without really getting to the core of the thing here. There are going to be different versions of this package that you can get. At first, I thought to myself, when I first heard the news, this one I'm going to skip out on. But then I thought, just like why I bought George Harrison's vinyl release of Compilation, Let It Roll, recently. I bought that because I like to kind of have a complete collection on vinyl and, sometimes in some CDs of the official albums that is sanctioned that are part of the catalog, and this seems to be that. So we got a few choices here. First one I'm going to mention is a Wings 3 LP collection. There's 3 LPs. This is from Paul's site, by the way. This is all on Paul's site here. 3 LP collection, $79.98. I see the price here. And here's what you get on it, okay? You're going to get the 3 records. You're going to get Side A, Band on the Run, High, 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 Silly Love Songs, Letting Go, and 1985. Then on Side B, we have Live and Let Die, Mamunia, Junior's Farm, Helen Wheels, Some People Never Know. Then we go to LP2, Side A, and we're going to have Let 'Em In, Get On the Right Thing, Jet, My Love, Call Me Back Again. Then we flip it over to Side B of LP2 and we get Getting Closer, Listen to What the Man Said, I've Had Enough, Love is Strange, London Town, Arrow Through Me. Then we go to LP3, Side A, Venus and Mars and Rock Show Together, She's My Baby, Bluebird, Deliver Your Children, Let Me Roll It, and Mull of Kintyre. Finally, LP3, Side B, we have Wildlife, Sea Moon, With a Little Luck, and then we have Soily from the One Hand Clapping Sessions. That's the source of Soily. And then we have Good Night Tonight. All of these are going to be whatever the most recent remasterings have been, I guess, like whether it was a box set in the 2010s or whatever was the most updated upgrade, I believe, is what we're getting. Okay, then you have a 2 CD collection. The 2 CD collection, I think, is the same as what I just read, the 3 LP collection. Then you have a Blu-ray collection. Now, when I say Blu-ray collection, it's not visuals, it's not videos. Which would be nice if we got some video, but we don't have the videos. What we got here is Dolby Atmos and 5.1 mixes by Giles Martin and Steve Orchard, and 24-bit and 96K HZ stereo mixes. On and on and on and on, and there's a booklet, yada yada. I'm not interested in Blu-ray audio personally. I know a lot of you are, but I'm not. Then we're going to have a 1 LP collection for $30. The 1 LP collection, 180 gram black vinyl. We have less songs on this. The 1 LP collection is only going to have, let's see, looks like 12 songs. Side A, Band on the Run, Let 'Em In, Jet, With a Little Luck, the DJ edit, mind you, Arrow Through Me in 1985. Side B, the single LP, will be Silly Love Songs, My Love, Live and Let Die, Listen to What the Man Said, Good Night Tonight, and Mull of Kintyre. That's for the single LP. Okay, there's a 1 CD collection that I won't read. Apologies in advance if I miss anything here. There are also a Wings slip mat, two-tone slip mat, a Wings watercolor t-shirt with the emblem on it, Wings watercolor postcard set of 10, a Wings dual tone coaster set if you have somewhere, you need somewhere to put your drink. You got some Wings coasters and some really nifty Wings t-shirts, but now we're getting down into, and I'm just thinking here that maybe what I'm doing here is reading the regular merch. Okay, if I'm reading merch that's not new, I apologize. I'm not going to edit any of this. But also, there's going to be a Wings 3 LP limited edition color vinyl collection. And it looks to me like, from what I'm looking at the picture here, let me just see, maybe I'll try to read more about it. It's a Wings 3 LP limited edition color collection. It also has a t-shirt fan pack. This is $143.98. And let's see, what are the colors here? Do they tell you what the colors are? By the way, the items are also available separately here. Okay. Come on, I can't really see. It looks like a white, green, and looks like a pinkish kind of picture. So, because I can't readily find the color here, take it from me, 3 different colors. That's what they look like: white, green, and pink type of thing. Okay, and the contents are the same. In addition to, there's a booklet here, expanded booklet, introduction by Paul, plus extensive album by album notes on the iconic artwork, etc., etc., and an additional editorial by, I can't read all this, showcases original portraits of the band. What I'm going to advise you to do, don't take it from me, go on Paul's store, look at it all. You can get more details that way. But the 3 LP set will have 2 posters, a sticker sheet, and an exclusive lithograph print. So there's a lot of stuff you can find. To me, it's very confusing. There's a lot of stuff you can get this, without all the hoopla. You can get this with you get the fan pack with everything, and pick and choose what you want. All I know is, after looking at this and having initially no interest, and still pretty much no interest, and although, as I say, I do recognize it as being important to keep this stuff alive and keep it out there for younger generations, for me, for my collection, I may go for the 2 CD set, maybe, and I may go for the 3 LP set. I just don't know whether it's going to be colored vinyl or standard black vinyl yet. That's where I'm at. And I will tell you, I'm in no rush for this. No rush at all. I mean, the release date of this is November 7th, coming up a couple of months from now. So, we got a lot of stuff coming here. A lot of Beatles-related stuff and solo Beatles-related stuff. And you have to decide what you're going to spend your money on, okay? So, yeah, that's about it. I think I've reported everything. Yeah, so I'm just repeating myself here. I have pretty much indifference to this whole thing. I could take this or leave this. I don't really care. I'll get it when I get it. I could wait even until the early months of 2026 if it's, still find stuff around. I don't have to rush and get this. I'm in no frenzy, if you will, to pick it up. So did I get everything? Wings limited edition color. The 3 LP that I mentioned with the color T-shirt fan pack. Yes, it was a $143.98. There's also a 3 LP limited color edition. That's $114.98, but it's just got the 3 records in color. If I get the colored vinyl, I'll go for that one. Rather spend $115 than $144. So, yeah, I guess that's all she wrote. I'll say one other thing. This particular package, I'm noticing, it has the, what do they call it? Die cut or the cutout. The word Wings is in the center. Not a lot of fanfare, just the word Wings. And apparently, when you take the inner sleeve out of the package, it leaves just the cutout of the word Wings. So whatever you put in there slides behind the cut open WINGS. It's a nice style. But what do you think?